I've been working in a lot of sectors in my career life. I've been into pumps and valves industry. I've been into motors industry. I've been into agriculture industry. But then, since last 10 years, I've been working with oil and gas sector, and that is where I found that there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of things which can be done, and adaptability of new technology, this safety aspect in the oil and gas sector. And as you know, then this is a very hazardous service and application. So I found that the more I went inside, I found that there's a lot of scope for safety as regards to process, safety as regards to manpower, safety as regards to environment. So that motivated me to join this oil and gas sector. There's not one thing. There are many things that attracts and motivates for an individual to come in this sector. First is there's this oil and gas sector is too vast. There's a lot of scope. There's a lot of potential. And as we go inside, we feel that yes, there is a lot of potential to what can be done. For example, in oil and gas itself, today 95% of the industry is still with top loading, and which has its own advantages and disadvantages. So now there's a new concept in India for bottom loading, so which I think that there's a lot of scope in that, and which really increases the efficiency of the transportation of the loading. There's more safety as far as the manpower is concerned, the operators are concerned, and there's also a chance of vapor recovery, which prevents pollution in the environment. So there are many factors which inculcates us that to develop and go into this industry and do our best in the interest of society, in the interest of environment, in the interest of human safety. Well, when it comes to Scully, the moment one takes the brand name of Scully, two things come in picture. Scully is the pioneer into overfill prevention system, and Scully grounding hawks. And Scully is global brand, global preferred brand in oil and gas sector. Scully was Scully started in 1936 in Wilmington, Massachusetts, in USA, and Mr. Francis Scully was the founder of the Scully Company, and he was the one who really started the overfill prevention system in the oil and gas sector, and then slowly he developed the grounding units. And today we see that after 82 years also, the Scully brand name is still the preferred global partner in the oil and gas sector. And we feel privileged when we wear the Scully t-shirt and when we go to customers, and we feel that yes, we have that responsibility in oil and gas sector, and that leads us to do something for the society, something for the oil and gas sector in the interest of safety, of again manpower, environment, and in the process. So I think Scully brand is one brand where people have that confidence and they expect a world-class product from Scully, and that's what we have been offering since last 82 years. And today, one thing I can say that if a customer buys Scully product and he's so loyal, then he never goes to any other brand. He sticks to the same brand. That is because of Scully service, Scully product engineering, designing, and a world-class product by its own. If I go back 10 years down the line, and if I see today, there has been a drastic change in terms of online marketing, particularly for startups and the newcomers. Today, what we see is there's a lot of presence in social media and online marketing, which is really a good thing, because like small startups and small companies who don't really have a big full-fledged infrastructure in terms of manpower on field, but still they have to touch each nook and corner of the industry. So in these terms, I think online marketing does play an important role, because sitting in one office today, you can reach to every nook and corner of the globe in oil and gas or any other sector by online marketing. And second thing is that through online, we can not only show the products, We can also show the animations, the exact working of the product, how does it look like, the 3D pictures of the product. And that is really, I think, it's a good weapon for today's marketing force. That sitting in one office, they can do presentations, they can do seminar, webinars, seminars online, and that is a very big achievement in today's industry, I think. Moreover, second thing is, gone are those days when you used to go to customers with hard copies of products and catalogs and CDs and all. Today, I mean, it's not required really. You can just online send them the presentations, the animations. He may be any part of the world, and still within a fraction of second, he can just get to see all those things, and then you are reachable basically to every corner of the world. So that's a good thing. So talking about digitalization, it's a new concept in Indian industry. It's good basically because that will help us a lot in terms of automation, in terms of process efficiency, in terms of safety of the manpower, safety and transportation. But on the other side, if you look at there's a lot of things to be done. On one side, we have digitalization. On the second part, the implementation, where I think we need some more efforts to put in, because today the manpower is not really geared up to adopt the digitalization, which will take some time, but it's not impossible. Then coming to automation also, there's a lot of digitalization which has been started and which will really help the industry in terms of efficiency, in terms of safety, in terms of accuracy. So I think things are moving in right direction. Only the ball has started rolling, but the pace has to be increased. But I think now with this new generation coming in, with new philosophy in mind, with new challenges that are being accepted, with new technology from the global front to the Indian oil industry, I think things looks positive, and we are going in the right direction. Now only time is a factor, but eventually that will also get reduced once people get used to it, when people understands the importance of digitalization. And I think over a period of time, we can also adapt that technology at the soonest. Well, talking about the new generation, the new blood, I think the new blood is very challenging, very exciting, and there's a lot of josh in them. One thing I've also noticed that, particularly in oil industry, now people are not only looking at the financial aspect of it. They want something creative. They want something new, and the same I have found from the oil industry is, yes, I mean, there's a lot of give and take between the employee and the organizations. Today, I can see, apart from work, there's a lot of extracurricular activities which are taking place in oil industry just to attract and make the new generation comfortable. And you can take any the recent examples. There's a lot of marathon coming in. There's a lot of sports activities in oil industry. There's a lot of extracurricular activities apart from work, and which really boosts and motivates the young generation. And today's young generation is very exciting, very sharp, very intelligent. I mean, I've seen whenever we do some seminars or any conferences, there's a lot of interaction, there's a lot of awareness, there's a lot of questions asked by them. That that leads and that gives excitement to us also. That yes, I mean, there's a lot of new generation who want to study, who want to learn more about the industry, about the new technology, what is happening across the globe, and I think that's a good sign. And that also gives us some motivation that yes, I mean, we have to do something for the new generation in the oil industry, and that's how it's a win-win situation for both of us. Well, talking about the journey so far in oil and gas, like I said earlier, I have been serving for various organizations in different sectors. I've sold tractors to a farmer. I've sold pump sets in agriculture. I was with pumps and valve industry. I was with in motor industry. So one thing I have realized that no matter what the product is, if you have a passion for doing something in life, then there is no looking back. And that's what I found in oil and gas industry. I am in this industry since last 10 years. But then that really motivates me that the type of service we give, the type of technology we can drive in this oil and gas sector, that is really amazing and remarkable. I can see that 10 years down the line, what marketing we used to do earlier, and today what we're doing, there is a sea change. There's a lot of help from the technology, from online marketing, and the crowd has also changed a lot. I mean, the people's philosophy from 10 years back and today what we see, there is again a drastic change. There's a lot of positiveness in the industry. People are more aware of safety aspects, about the human factor, about the environment, and that really drives us to give the best to the industry, to the society in turn. And one thing also I would like to mention is that today the global presence is also coming in the Asia and Indian market. In earlier days, we used to see that the technology is only driven by US and Europe market, but today I can confidently say that whatever is in globe is also a part of India now. So that is where we can see the change, the positive change coming in this industry. Going to future, yes, there is a lot of potential. We see that there is a lot of concept on the new technology, to implement in Indian industry. Whatever we give seminars and conferences about the new technology which has been implemented in the West, and it has been accepted in the Indian market as well. Then we can see in terms of new products which we are launching, in terms of new technology that has been accepted by the Indian oil industry. And we see that there's a lot of potential, lot of things to do in next 2 years down the line. And that itself is a good positive thing, that all the many new technologies can come to India, and which can be implemented, which can be adopted by the industry, and in the interest of society, in the interest of safety. So there's a long way to go, and the ball has started rolling. Thank you.